we're about to get into a conversation, and this is a conversation about the National Tax Conference coming up soon. So if you are interested in knowing anything about taxes, all you need to do is just sit back, relax, and enjoy this interview. All right, so in the studio with me is Dr. Chris Sokbo, who is the Senior Partner at Dion and Nerd International, and Francis Sokbo, Manager at Dion and Nerd International, and Dr. Angela Azuma Alu, who is the Fiscal Policy Advisor. How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen?
We are very well, thank you.
You are welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we are about to talk about the National Tax Conference. All right, so can you give us a little brief about this whole conference?
All right, so thank you very much for the opportunity. So Oxfam in Ghana, together with its partners, has been running some projects for about the past 4 years, especially related to property taxation and then tax compliance of companies, right? And then the idea for this National Tax Conference is basically to provide an opportunity for us to share with the wider business and tax community what we've been doing, with the expectation that there would be some uptake, and then others would also want to join in just to complete and should I say, continue with these projects, so that it doesn't just end with what we've done so far.
Right. So, Dr. Chris, how do you think this is actually important to the common Ghanaian, this program?
All right, thank you very much. Given that, I mean, in recent times, as you can allude to, a lot of talk is centered around revenue mobilization.
Exactly.
How do we increase the tax net, broaden it? And so with this program, certainly, is going to educate, the citizenry as to how to be responsible tax payers and then people as well.
So, Francis, the theme is actually improving progressive property taxation and tax compliance. Why did you choose this theme? Why is it? So why is it?
So the idea, as I mentioned, the project mainly focused on property taxation. So we worked with some partners, that's with NORSAC, and then with some assembly, with the Sagnargo Municipal Assembly in the northern region, right? And then in the western region with Friends of the Nation, and then with Shama District Assembly. They focused on the property taxation. So essentially, they undertook some data collection, tried to map out the data using a digital property taxation initiative. So based on that, the assemblies were able to record increased property revenue from property tax. Exactly. So the idea is, as we share these experiences and then the learnings from this project, then other districts who have shown interest. So for example, there have been some regional engagements in the particular communities that I mentioned, and some other assemblies have already expressed interest. So they have also been invited for the tax conference, just so that they get to share with the wider community and then hopefully also look up to it. And then in addition, at the national level, we also had the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition doing some work on tax compliance, on educating others, and then also supports, and we also had Dion and Nerd support with the preparation of a report on the Ghana Responsible Tax Initiative, right? And then the idea was basically to analyze the tax compliance levels of especially big companies like multinationals and others. So since this was using publicly available data, so that hopefully it also becomes something that can continue. Yes, I wouldn't want to take the shine away from them. So those are the main things. And then the idea for this is not just for it to be CSOs talking to each other as usual, but we've brought in the Ghana Revenue Authority, we brought in the Ministry of Finance, the Revenue Policy Division, and then we also have the Chartered Institute of Taxation Ghana, all coming in as partners to support. So they are all going to be there tomorrow with us.
All right, so Francis, can you tell us about Dion and Nerd International, and also how important is this sort of conference for your entity?
All right, so good morning to you and good morning to your viewers. So Dion and Nerd, we are a tax advisory, audit and HR firm So we help our clients when it comes to audit engagement, if you need an audit service, accounting service, HR services. So it's a whole bouquet of services that we help clients. And our goal is always to improve upon our own staff and also the growth of our clients as well. So with this initiative, Dion and Noid International was consulted by Oxfam to carry out the GRTI, which is the Ghana Responsible Tax Initiative, to develop an index. So this index will be used in measuring organization in relation to their tax responsibility.
Yeah.
And when we say tax responsibility, it goes beyond just the mere tax compliance. So just being legally compliant is not enough, we'd say. We say you need to go beyond compliance, where we look at your tax policies, where they go beyond anti-avoidance policies, using aggressive tax policies, just to try and avoid tax by going beyond the spirit of the law. So there are sometimes loopholes in the tax laws, and companies would try to use all means. Where we are not saying tax planning is bad, but doing it too much, the spirit of the law, there are some tax incentives which are available in the law, which you can take advantage of. But then there are some weaknesses maybe in the construction of the tax laws. And we try as much as possible to advise companies to avoid going there. We're also looking at certain concepts which are internationally recognized, like the BEPS concept, profit shifting, so on and so forth. The base is to encourage people to pay the taxes to the government where it is being earned. So where the economic activity is, that is where they should pay the tax, not move taxes to places like tax havens just to try and avoid paying the right amount of tax.
Yeah, so Doc, who would you say that this conference is important to, especially for those watching and wondering, oh, is this for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you very much once again. Yes, this conference is important to everyone. So long as you are a Ghanaian or you are living here and we are working, certainly you want to be part of this conference so you can be well informed. Manager Francis just shared with you about DNI, and it is also refreshing to know that we've had this relationship with Oxfam for some years now. We've done a lot of engagements with them, including the tax exemption survey that was carried out some years ago. And this GRTI, which is the Ghana Responsible Tax Index, the methodology, or the toolkit was also developed by DNI, and it was based on best practices and international, standards. So whatever that is going to be showcased tomorrow, I can assure you that it is being tested and it's been tried elsewhere and it is working. Revenue mobilization is all that we are looking at. That is the outcome, the final outcome. The fact that you are paying taxes on time doesn't make you compliant. Are your policies, in sync with what the entire country is looking at? And so basically everyone who is paying tax and also benefiting from taxes would want to be part of this conference.
Right.
Yes, please.
So, Doc, can you give us the details about this conference? Where is it going to be happening? What time? And is it free? Just let us know all that.
Okay, so it's free. It's happening at Alisa Hotel at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Even if maybe you have prior engagements and you can't make it there, it's going to be live streamed as well on the Oxfam Facebook and then YouTube channels as well.
All right, and a little birdie also told me our very own Vivian Loco is also going to be moderating.
Yes, that's also very true. Interestingly, the Oxfam City Tax Dialogues that happened earlier in the year were also part of this project. So as part of should I say, tax education. So we thought that it was only natural that we come back because Vivian hosted our very last live event that was held right here. So we are really looking forward to the session tomorrow.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, so the National Tax Conference is tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the Alisa Hotel. Do not forget to be part of it. And in the studio with me is Dr. Chris Sokpo, who's a senior partner at Dion and Neild International. Francis Sokpo actually was Dr. Chris Sokpo, yeah. And then Francis Sokpo, a manager at Dion and Neild International, and Dr. Angela Azuma Alu, fiscal policy advisor at Oxfam. Thank you so much. It was really nice having
Thank
you
you
in the
too.
studio.